Yeah. They've been fruitless in their attempts.
They trailed the blood moon recently. That's interesting.
What time is it right now?
By now, I'd say it's like hitting like 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, and it was like what, 9 when we fought the guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's been 2 hours, which would bring us to about, I'm gonna say 2.5, 3 hours since they maybe lit the fire. Is that a reasonable guess?
That's a good ballpark.
Okay, and there are days right out, so we still have a few hours before we need to get the fuck out of here, I think. Or be laying and wait for them to get back, whichever. So,
how far back did you look in the ledger?
I'll flip through the whole thing.
Yeah, and I mean, this seems to go on up until there's no comments.
Yeah. So it's all of the time period that the people in town and have been complaining of stuff not getting where they needed to is accounted for right here. So I'm going to start going. So my idea now is to start going through the tents and actually like searching to see what level of supplies they're at. And
was there anything else in the drawer that you noticed?
I took everything out, right?
Yeah, all you saw was
the ledger.
This ledger.
Okay. I'm gonna place the ledger back for now.
Okay.
And try to close everything.
So
back
as you
was.
shift the papers back into the door and just kind of you hear this faint.
Okay. So trying to make it look like everything's back exactly like it was before I got there, and Torin, I'm gonna leave him alone for now.
Okay.
Because we've got a little bit of time and she needs rest. I'm going to start searching through these other tents to see if there's anything of note. When she overheard them talking, said that the other team was out scouting. Based on what I've read, that's a normal activity when they're looking for supplies. So let's see how low they are on supplies. See, like, trying to figure out like timing and all that crap.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
if they're attacking caravans, then they must not have
For
much left.
the sake of brevity, roll an investigation check for me. And I'll say with advantage because Torin's, unless you're sitting on, on your ass, I'm assuming you're helping.
First roll was good, 17.
Okay. So as you go through and you kind of like take note of everything that's in this camp, you see for your general estimate of like 8 to 15 people, if there's 15 people in this camp, they've got enough supplies, more than enough weapons and armor and things like that. And food rations seem to be for 15 people maybe a week, for 8 people maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
And as during your investigation, you come to another tent and kind of like tucked away into a corner and kind of like half buried in the ground, you see this large chest.
Okay. Can I check for traps? Is that an ability I have to do that?
I'll be real with you, I don't really know, so.
Sorry.
No, it's just a skill. You can just check for traps normally.
Yeah, okay.
If you have the, you're the one who was what's on, there's no more about this. Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is to like disarm shit.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do
investigation.
I'm just gonna do investigation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna look around, see if there's anything funny
I
about
mean,
it.
there's a spell to check for magic traps, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't have that. 10.
10. I mean, it's got a nice lock on it.
Oh. I don't remember seeing a key anywhere, do I? Okay.
In fact, when you look at this lock, it doesn't have a keyhole.
Oh. Okay.
It's time for the magic wood hand to come into play.
I don't know what it's gonna do.
Okay. Turn on this and just make it lock.
And it's a spell for check for magical
Yeah.
crap.
And it's a magic.
And an arcana check, so I'm really gonna do anything here.
Ain't nothing we can do about that.
I'm afraid to touch it.
Yeah, if there's a lock with no holes on it.
Right, that's pretty sketch. So I'm just going to... Is there anything else of note in the tent?
Yeah, it seems like this was purposely made to look just like a storage tent, but just based on your investigation and kind of ruffling through everything, you managed to find it in the back corner.
Oh, okay. So it's like purposefully hidden?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you want to scout this camp better.
I'm gonna leave it for now, but when I get back, I'm gonna definitely tell Torin, and whenever we wake her up, tell Miriam as well.
Okay.
Do I notice anything else on my
And
trek around the camp?
you
pretty much
just supplies, weapons, a couple of carts, a couple of sleep rolls, stuff like that. General stockpile of things in the camp.
Okay. Okay. I go back and tell Torin what I saw.
Chest.
Yeah. Not really sure how to open it. I would have to think on it, and yeah, we don't really have time to play with it at the moment, I don't think. But we should revisit this when we have a chance.
Are we planning on staying here? Scoping
I
out
don't
the
think we
place?
should. I've scoped it out. I don't think we should stay.
Well, not in the camp. Off in the distance.
Oh, well,
We
yeah.
keep a watch over the camp. And we keep an eye on this particular tent, the chest.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll catch a glimpse of how they open the chest.
Gonna go back out of the tent and kind of survey the area and see if there's somewhere that looks. I'm assuming in the opposite direction of the waterfall area, since that seems to be the most traveled, correct? But if there's a place that seems to have a good vantage point without being overly obvious.
If you were wanting to be above the camp, you'd probably have to go look beside the waterfall and just try and scale some of the hills on that side.
Yeah.
If you want advantage on the camp.
Okay.
Some binoculars?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think so.
A telescope?
Just special elvish eyes and alligators, crocodiles, whichever you guys
I wonder if they have that, eye shield thing.
We don't actually blink.
Yeah. That's weird.
I think we should wake up Miriam and get her to weigh in. See,
Okay.
because I don't
If
think
they have all
lying.
that, though.
I don't think lying in wait here is a good way to go.
Well, let's go wake her up then.
I don't like lying in wait right now. It's a good idea.
Wow. Sleepwalking, huh?
No, we woke her up.
I was listening. I'm always listening, Wazowski.
Oh.
So
Well, you
first,
weren't-
let's put that book back where you found it.
Oh, I figured I was just gonna keep it.
They'll notice immediately and start freaking out.
I know.
This tent seems to belong
I
to
mean, we
someone
already-
very detail oriented.
Already let the wolves out.
Oh yeah.
Good point.
I already smashed the locks.
True. Well,
So I can keep a book. It's just a fairy tale.
I can't really argue with that logic. They're gonna notice something's up anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck, should I go ahead and take everything else
Not
too?
much
Yeah.
wolves be free.
Fucking. Who gives a
That's gonna be
shit?
real
You might
obvious.
just think it's a nature boy.
That's gonna be real obvious if I've taken that stuff though.
A book, though. Especially one about something that they're going
The
after.
rebooks.
Yeah.
Mine
Something's up,
says
and they're gonna be
something.
up.
Or 4 total.
They're looking for something.
I think they're trying to get into the Dwarven city, fortress, castle,
Dwarfishness.
Because
just hall,
Morgoth,
whatever it is.
Morgothal made, Something. but I don't know what it is. It was
These
big.
other books are about Florian, who was possibly murdered or killed or
Oh shit. I was
became the
gonna s-
lover of Morgothal.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say in this one, it's like he fell in love and then built a thing, and then there was a war.
Sounds like a lot of.
So I was gonna say maybe it was Florian, but you know.
So the Dwarven telling and the Elvish telling of the stories are a little bit different.
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, if you're determined to keep that one, I'm gonna grab the Sylvan and the
No.
Elvish one.
Okay.
And I also found a ledger talking about everything that's been happening around here for the past month. It explains everything that's been happening.
Oh yeah, that.
Should I grab that as well?
Hmm.
If I grab it, here's an idea I have. I'm not sure if it's a smart idea, but it's an idea. There might be too many coming back here for us to handle alone.
Right.
If we take this ledger back to the city, maybe they can spare more people to come out and help.
We'll have a little bit better of an idea how many they have. Yeah.
They don't
So-
have many supplies. They're getting
And-
desperate.
Okay.
And there
So-
might be some, like, clues as to how to stop them.
I mean, it's a camp they could pack up and move during that time, but I feel like at this point it's a risk we should take.
Yeah, if we're already taking other things. That's
And whatever they want is in this area.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I'm gonna just kind of rifle through the books and try to open that drawer again.
Okay.
And grab the
So
ledger.
as you kind of like go through them and you kind of like, you eventually hear the.
Yeah, okay. I duck down and open the drawer, grab the ledger, click it back into place.
Okay.
Still try to make it look like it was and try to fill it in, not
I mean,
look as
it's
obvious,
missing
but
3 books. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, did my place.
He's not rude, he's just stealing.
Stealing from people who have murdered and stolen and
Yeah.
burned one of my temples.
Yeah.
It's
In an
justifiable.
indifferent manner. Not even out of spite.
I'm neutral. Alright, so
Let's get out of
let's
here.
grab the horses and get the fuck out.
Like
Yeah.
zoinks.
Basically.
Okay.
At this point, it's.
It's pushing 12 o'clock.
Okay.
All of you roll a perception check for me.
Shit.